there's a little piece of you that is telling yourself, you can do this because your why is really freaking important. And so remember that when the tough gets tough, because it's going to, if good is good enough, if the caterpillar just stopped there, she wouldn't know what she was supposed to come, and the world would not see that greatness. So keep that in mind when things get hard. Again, this is not a heavy training group. I firmly believe that if you spend 20 minutes a day watching a video on training, you're losing important time that you have to be doing your business activities. We are busy. We don't have time to watch videos every day. And I know when I'm in trainings like that, I lose focus. And that's what derails me and overwhelms me, and then ultimately makes me stop doing the things because I'm spending a half hour on training, and then I only have a little bit of time each day to work. So we're not going to be doing a lot of trainings, but we are going to have 2 focused topics a week. They're probably going to come to you around roughly like Monday and Wednesday, or Monday and Thursday. They are going to be topics that we feel as coaches who are ready to take it to the next level can benefit from. We ask you to be coachable. Please use this group as a resource for you. So if you're having a conversation and you don't know how to respond, screenshot it and post it in the group. We would really love to come together as a group. Message threads are great, but we feel that if you can post it in the group and we can help you in there, everybody can really learn from that. And 2 important dates that we want you to remember, and we're going to join together on Monday night for the March calendar and to go over the March calendar, but 2 dates we really want you to pay attention to now, just so that you have in the back of your mind, because this is a Diamond Rising group, which means we are going to be increasing our coach invites. We're going to do a live sneak peek together. It's going to be 8:30 at night. We're going to do, still kind of ironing out some details on that, but that's going to be March 13th. It is a Wednesday. So as you're doing your coach invites, because that's what this is going to be all about, is increasing your coach invites and learning how to invite to the coach opportunity. That's going to be on March 13th, that live sneak peek. So if somebody tells you they kind of want more information or they don't really know, don't say, if it's tomorrow, well, I have a coach sneak peek coming up on the 13th, so hold tight. You can learn more information then. Morgan and I are going to provide a link for you. We did a joint sneak peek recently together just a couple weeks ago, or last week, 2 weeks ago. That is a really good tool. Kate joined us, and Madeline, I don't know if she's on here, but that was an amazing resource for us. So we are going to have that sneak peek coming up, but don't sit on it until then, but that is going to be there for you. And then on March 18th, we're going to do a Emerald call, a push to Emerald call for all of those who our thought is you're going to get people into the sneak peek. They're going to join you, and then we're going to help our team, because we are leaders, and we're going to help them become Emerald coaches. So that's going to be something that we're going to put on together for those coaches, helping them get to Emerald so that they can advance in their business as well, because it's certainly not a me thing, it is a we thing. And so that's kind of what to expect every day. We are going to ask you to check in. So what are the requirements for this group? We want you to just do what you already know will lead to success for you in this business. So whether or not that is the new business activity tracker and Success Club tracker, I know that Morgan's team really likes that. I know that some of my team are using that, and some are using a different tracker. Whatever tracker you're using, we would love for you to try the BAP, but if it's not your thing, if it paralyzes you, don't worry about it. But Morgan's crew, I know that's really working for you all. We will have a daily check-in post. We want you to take a picture of you with your tracker and post underneath there in the comment section. We want to see your smiling face every day telling us it is done. We want you to update your Diamond Roadmap weekly. So that was posted for you in the Files tab. So we're the trackers, but we do want you to update that weekly so that you can understand where you are as far as your Diamond goals. Because remember, this is ultimately what it is all about, is helping people, helping you build your belief in your leadership skills and how we can move forward with that. So we are going to do, Morgan, we decided on 3 coach invites a day, right? So that is kind of the bomb that we're dropping all on you, because I know for many of you that's going to be more than what you're already doing currently. But here's the thing. we are going to be here. And Morgan's going to kind of go a little bit into the trainings, but we're going to be here to help you with that. But we do feel like by being a part of this group, it is time to get outside of your comfort zone. And it's time to offer this opportunity, this gift to as many people as we can. And we're going to call you to do that this month because we believe that you are ready for that. And we're excited to help you do that. Morgan, do you want to go into the trainings a little bit since I'm...
When y'all did these last month or in January, what time did you stop? You're muted.
It was about six, usually around 6:40.
Oh, 6:40. Okay.
We shoot it for 6:30, but then as you see, I just keep rambling.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to like go into like details about each topic, but I just thought I would share them because if there are specific topics related to growing in your business, like Krista said at the beginning, not, the vital behaviors, like you all know what the vital behaviors are. You all know how to hit Success Club. Like this is not a Kickstart group or the group that Krista did in January. This is a leveling up group. So, right now we have planned out to do, like Krista said, 2 topics a week. And we don't want this to be death by training. We don't want you spending 30 minutes, watching some video or whatnot. We were actually going to probably do a poll so that we can get feedback from you guys, but we thought we would each go live 2 times a week, or we could make the information in a post if it's easier and less time consuming for y'all to just read and consume it and, get it that way, or do 1 live and 1 text post. So you'll see a poll coming up on that. Be sure to vote so that, we can do what's best for the majority. But so for next week, we're going to talk about inviting to the coaching opportunity and posting about your journey as a coach. Then we're going to go into, and this is no specific order, this is just what we have so far, sharing the discount with every single person that you have that's ready to sign up, using 3-way calls and messages with you, your prospect, and either me or Krista, depending on your upline, how to get coaches started right. That'll come probably halfway through the month. Using other people's stories and transformations, because here's the deal, like people can see your transformations all day long, but sometimes it's when you share one of your coaches or one of your challengers or even somebody that's not even in your down, like not necessarily your team, but maybe you share Krista's or mine or whoever's. When somebody else sees that you're a part of something that's like actually touching other people, it's like this light bulb moment. So we're going to talk about that, having confidence and conviction to talk about the coaching opportunity and to invite to the coaching opportunity and to help people see, why they need to be a part of this. And I'm going to talk about excuses here in just a second. So we can take that one off our list. And then probably along with confidence and conviction is just belief in yourself, in your leadership abilities, that you can get to diamond and even beyond if that's your goal. So knowing that those are our topics, if there's something burning that you are like, I just really don't understand, blah, that's not, connecting on Instagram or how to make a pretty video or like not things that we can talk about in our team pages or a place where other people could benefit, like a topic that is specific to growing as a leader, to becoming a diamond, to having a team, to sharing coaching, like a topic specific to that. If there's something that you want to be sure we cover, be sure to post it in the group or message either me or Krista, because while we have a plan, and all my team is probably like, hold up, you have a plan? I only have a plan because me and Krista are success partners and we balance each other out really well. But so while we have a plan, like we want to make sure that we're also giving you guys what you need. So there's that. And then to just kind of jump on one of the topics that we wanted to cover quickly this morning, When I decided at the end of 2017, like, okay, either you got to do the crap or just be done. Honestly, everything was about the excuses that I was making for why I didn't have time to build a successful business. I'm a stay-at-home mom, blah, blah, blah. Like, my kids are around all the time. They're sick all the time. It was just all this stuff that I was spending more effort explaining away why I had spent another day and not invited or not plugged in or let 4 days go by without doing X, Y, or Z. Like, I spent more time explaining my excuses than just doing it. Victoria, who's on here, I don't know if y'all have watched her story, but this year, she sort of adopted the mantra. Like, she just said it one day, I think, maybe in our Kickstart group when you were doing your why video over there. I can't remember when it was, but she was like, just do it. Just do it, y'all. And I think that's the essence of it. Like, we all have life. We all have, I don't know if everybody on here has kids, but a job, kids, a husband, you get sick, you have to move, your house needs to be sold, your house is disgusting and needs to be cleaned. Like, whatever it is, we all have life. But then we have these goals and these visions and these. Have y'all watched Krista's why video? Oh, I knew what she was going to say and I still cried. I'm not going to spoil it in case you haven't in case you haven't watched it yet. But go watch it as soon as you finish working out. We all have these things. And she worked, like, hers was so big that she pushed past all the excuses. So just like Krista said in the beginning when we started, like, you have to know the why. You have to have that thing that's going to push you through on the days that you don't want to. And then that thing is also ultimately what helps you beat your excuses. Because if it's big enough and if it matters enough, then you actually do have the time. And you might have a sick child, but you figure out how to send your 3 invites while you're rocking him in his chair. Or, like, do you see what I'm saying? It's a mindset shift. The excuses for me, honestly, were more, I think, like my subconscious telling me I wasn't good enough, or a limiting belief that I couldn't be successful. So why would I really put myself out there and try, like, for real? When you have that mindset shift and you're just like, I'm just going to do it. It's like the excuses, I'm not going to say, like, it's not that they're not there. We all still have a life, but you just do it, right? I don't even know if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain that until it happens. And then, because you hear people say all the time, like, you just make the decision that you're going to do the things. And then when you actually really do make that decision, that whole concept makes complete and total sense because you just go do it. Krista, I can, like, kind of wrap up, but it's probably going to be early. Is there anything else?
Yeah, I think I'll just kind of piggyback on that about the why, because you guys, if you didn't have a chance to watch each other's why videos, go back and watch that. Morgan and I were talking behind the scenes, and it was literally so awesome to hear not only my own coaches talk about their why, and I'm getting chills just thinking about them, but also the coaches on the other team, because that's what we really are, is one big community and family. And so getting to know each other, Morgan and I connected. For those of you who don't know kind of like our story, we're on like the same like organization, but she's not on Rock Solid, and I'm not on her direct upline, which I don't even know what that, I'm not on her direct upline's team either. But we came together because we had a burning fire in our bellies to build something stronger. And so we were connected, and then that's how we kind of joined together. And so we hope that for you all too is to build community as well, because it really is that community, I think, that has held so many of us in here. And if we can learn together how to share that with even more people, that's what's going to hold you to it. And I won't go into my why video, but there were days when, I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. And last year when it was the night before the first night of school, oh my gosh, I was rocking my, she's now 2, but at the time she was 1.5, Emma, rocking her to sleep. And I said to her, I promise you, I'm not going to have to do this next year. And I'm not kidding you. My mantra this year was, one of my I am statements is I am capable of finishing anything I start. Because there's a lot of things that I start and I don't finish. There's a lot of things that seem like a really good idea at the time, like a lot of groups, and then the energy dies around week 2. And the people who are in the group are like, life got busy, so I'm just going to put this to the wayside. And that's okay. That's your choice. We all have choices, just like I tell my son. But what happened for me was I then stopped showing up. And I made a promise to y'all that I was going to show up for this 4-week group. And because the energy died, now I'm going to die out too. And I'm just going to keep going to do my things, but I'm not going to help you. And so when days got hard like that, when my workouts got hard, I did this a lot in Lift 4. I literally said out loud to myself, I promised. I made a promise. I promise. And I would say it over and over again. And I hear a lot from my ladies, and I don't know, Morgan, if you do as well, but sometimes we apologize for our whys, or we don't think that our why is strong enough or big enough. You do not have to leave your full-time job or want to leave your full-time job to have an important why. So know that. And don't ever for 1 second think that it is not important and that it's not a huge thing to push for, because whatever it looks like for your family, go for that. This was mine. It doesn't have to be. You can build a really freaking successful business that's going to get you closer to your why in an hour a day. That's all it took for me as a new coach. Consistency, belief. And I literally had to believe that 3.5 years down the road, the efforts that I was putting in week 1 and week 2 would be worth it. And that's really hard to think that far out. And I didn't know how long it was going to take. I didn't build fast. You hear on the National Wake Up Call all the coaches that are, a year in or a year and a half, 2 years in, and they're already 7-star, 8-star elite coaches. And you sit there and you think, well, what the heck? Right? You internalize that and you think all of a sudden that you're less than. You're not. I didn't build fast. I've shared with my team that what I have prided myself in and what I've really pushed for is to love people where they're at and to create product enthusiasts who are lifers and who never want to leave your community. Because that is sisterhood and brotherhood. That is the family that we want to give other people, and that is what's going to grow your business forward. If they don't want Shakeology, I get it. You want those Success Club points, but guess what? They're people, not points. And you've got to think about that when you're pushing for your why. And there you are going to hear a lot of no's. We're asking you to invite 3 coaches a day, which means you're going to hear a lot of no's and you're going to hear a lot of crickets. I hear just as many. So don't think that it's easier for her or, nobody else is hearing that. What's happening is I've developed a thick enough skin or a belief that my why is powerful, that no doesn't define me or my coaching business. I've had some pretty nasty things said to me in 3.5 years, but I've had even more really amazing things happen for me and for my team and for my challengers. So I ask you to hang on to that when it gets hard. Again, I did not grow. I said I shared this with my team and then I went on to the other way. When I became a diamond coach, I, first of all, only one, Amanda, I think only one of those coaches was actually in my downline, or one of those coaches that helped me achieve Emerald rank is actually still in my downline. Well, that Amanda and my husband. I think I had 10 coaches. I was skeletal, and most of them were discount coaches. When I went and achieved 1-star, I still think not many coaches in my downline were there. Amanda signed on, I think like 6 levels into my organization. She's now almost at the very top underneath my mom. Actually, I think she's above my mom in that. So I'm just trying to share with you that the reason we ask you to do 3 coach invites a week and add 3 coaches to your team is because people are going to leave too, right? And that's not anything to take personally. It's just kind of the way the business works. But stand true to your why and believe that it's powerful because it can do some amazing things. Sorry, I start to ramble again, Morgan. You can close us out.
All right. Well, before we go, do y'all keep this on and work out, or do you just turn it off?
So I will definitely keep it on, and then what I do is I just try to, even when I go back upstairs, I just keep it on, and then when I notice the last person's done, I'll just shut it.
Okay. So I don't know if you remember, this isn't what I was going to say, but listening to you, I don't know if you remember, like, I think it was probably 2 years ago, because it was way before I didn't know who you, like, I knew you from Courtney's team, and I didn't know you. You did a call on Summer Tucker's call. You remember that? I'm sure you remember that. And you talked about your power of 3s.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I was like so freaking nervous the whole entire time.
Yeah, but you were a rock star because I remember after the call, I was like, who is that? I want to be like her. I'm going to, like all this stuff.
Probably my emeraldness.
Yes. And I'm over here like, y'all should see my desk. I even have stuff on the floor today or this week. But to your point about you grew slowly or, whatever, like you did what was sustainable for you and you've been consistent. Like that was at least 2 years ago because we became Success Partners, I think.
Last November?
Yeah, I was going to say fall of 2017. So it was before that. But look what that did. Mm-hmm. Like you fast forward 2 years down the road and the power of 3 is what you were doing at the time. You do more now. But it consistently, like the compound effect is happening.
Right.
Like, God, I have chills just thinking about that.
It is true. And I shared this with my team. I have people who literally say yes to me now that I started inviting in 3 years ago. But it was because I never gave up. Like you've got to realize that's why I said it's not easier for one person or the other. But if someone else is a little, consistent, it's just gonna eventually. It is that compound effect. It's crazy what can come from being consistent and just doing the things.
Mm-hmm. And being here long enough that happens. People that you talked to 2 years ago who ghost you, it literally just happened last week. This girl messaged me and she was like, I know 2 years ago I took up an hour of your life on the telephone, but I'm actually ready this time. Like you just, you don't know. And when you give enough time, that didn't make any sense, to play out, like, boom. Okay. So last night, oh my gosh, now I've forgotten the name of the coach. You're sitting on here and you have your knee like up to your chest. And it looks like maybe LuLaRoe leggings.
Oh, Tanya?
Yes, Tanya. So I was watching Y videos last night, and in hers, I think it was like your number 2 reason why you wanted to become Diamond and do this group and grow was that you said to prove it to yourself. And I remember like when you said that, I got chills, and that was where I was at the end of last year, like either do this or stop. Like, and I remember saying like, you have to prove to yourself that you're good enough. You got to prove to yourself that you are capable. So, I know everybody has their whys. We've already, probably everybody except me, has done their videos. You already know what that why is. And if proving it to yourself wasn't part of it, like that's fine. But I wanted to just say, like when everything else fails and your why is because you want to take your kids on vacation, but they're being little SHITSs and you can't make yourself work for them that day because you don't even know if you want to take them on vacation that day. Like, you know what I'm saying? When all things have failed, and I said this on, I think it was our last team call, so this is part of it. Do it for the girl that you were before Beachbody. And do it to prove it to yourself. Like, who were you before Beachbody? Where were you? What kind of, place were you in? Some of you said you were lonely. Some of you said you needed community because you had moved, or you just really, really, really were the most unhealthy and biggest that you've ever been in your life, and you didn't know how to change that, and this created change in your life. For me, it was an eating disorder. For Victoria, it was, right after addiction, when she first went into recovery. For Catherine, she started, but then a few months later, her husband almost died. Like, whoever you were before then, show up for that person every single day if you can't show up for anybody else. Invite send those 3 coach invites every single day, because you never know when one of those people is exactly the person you were 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whenever you signed up. Like, I think about it all the time. I watched Breen. I don't know if any of you know who Breen Harden is. I watched her and I watched her and I watched her, and I made fun of her and I made fun of her and I made fun of her. And then my coach, who's not active anymore, Megan, sent me a message, and what if she hadn't? What if she had just done this thing and never shared it, and 4 years later I was still eating and throwing up every day? God. So you just don't ever know when one of those invites is going to be to a person that is at a place in her life where she's, at rock bottom, or just maybe it's not even that deep, and maybe it's just like, yes, for the love of God, I need a way to lose 15 pounds. Like, you have to do that. You have to put yourself, your fears, your ego a little bit. You got to check it at the door to share this with the people who you were before Beachbody, because we have this responsibility to help them create the change in their life that we've seen in ours. And like I said, when I started to close this out, is proving it to yourself. Like, there is major, major, major power in looking yourself in the mirror and being like, dang girl, you did that. It builds confidence. It builds conviction. It makes you feel so good about yourself. It's like full circle moments. So challenge yourself as we get started with this. I know that 3 coach invites a day is probably like, what? And hard. 3 coach invites a day for me is kind of hard. It takes effort and, requires me to, okay, who have you connected with? Blah, blah, It's not like you can just spit 3 coach invites out a day without putting thought into it. But so challenge yourself. Prove it to yourself that you can do this. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It's not like having a baby. It is sharing the thing that we love and the thing that we're passionate about. And if you guys didn't all love this and you weren't all passionate about growing, you wouldn't have filled out an application to be in a group like this. So prove it to yourself. You are so capable. Me and Krista got your back. This is going to be a great month. That's all I got, girl.
All right. Hearing Morgan talk, she was our, when I asked her, I was like, can you do one of your like typical mic drops at the end? So you did a great job. And actually I said my auto text switched it or whatever, and it said drop kids. Right. Didn't it say like, I said, can you do one, kid drop? I said, can you do a mic drop? And she said kid, it switched it to kid drop. She's like, what is that? I'm like, oops. So thanks, Morgan, obviously, for that was awesome. And I was actually thinking, you said, like, I don't have a post plan for today, but I'm going to do a post to the Krista before Beachbody. Like, I'm even going to write her a letter, I think. And I encourage you all to maybe think about that today, too, because when I'm doing my post, a lot of times, instead of saying, like, just do your workout, like, I will tie in who Krista was. Like, I speak to her in my post. What would she have wanted to hear? So if you don't have anything in mind for today, I encourage you to write a letter to make a post to that.
Let's all do that and post it in the group.
If you can post the link to yours, if you don't know how to do that, like if you go into your post, it's like when you're on your page, I think it's usually like the 3 dots on the top right-hand side. If you click on that, you can see like a copy link. And then if you go and copy and paste it into our group, we can all go to it and we can support each other, because that's really important to do that as well. Because I know it can be scary, but you guys are moving on up. We're going to help some people this month. All right, you want to take a picture?
Hang on. Lauren said, are we focusing on Ultimate Portion Fix in this group or just Ignite and Shine? So Krista and I have kind of talked so that our calendars are going to line up like exactly the same this month. So on the call Monday night, we're going to do it together. Our teams are going to be together. We will each have our own separate groups for our teams, but calendars are the same. So Monday night, we'll probably talk a little bit about it because it's obviously a big part of the calendar and like how March is going to play out. But most of the stuff will probably be in our team pages for that.
Yeah. And we can certainly like help you all like talk about the fact that on March 4th, coaches, because this is primarily focusing on coaches, but we know that a lot of times those coaches come in as challengers, just like Morgan did and things like that. So we can talk a little bit about that, but I'm excited to join you guys for those, or, collaborate with our calendars so that we can kind of come together and figure out a system to help people. All right, let's take a quick pick before people jump off. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. I always like hide my face too. 1, 2, 3. All right. All right, I'm gonna leave this up. If you all are working out, I'm just gonna mute myself.
I did it. I got up without drinking Energize first.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen something about coaches where coaches can get something for $79 until March 3rd. Did y'all see anything about that?
Yeah,
Oh, what was it?
I saw it in the FAQ, and now I can't remember what the details were.
Is it for the Ultimate Portion Fix?
Yeah, something to do with that. I don't remember what it was either. I just remember seeing it, but that's like tomorrow, so I wonder what that is.
It might be just the Ultimate Portion Fix, not a challenge pack.
I wonder if there's something in there that they're taking away, like the containers with the Fixate, like just like the Fixate cookbook or something like
that. Okay, I'll try to find it again. I just didn't know if y'all knew what it was.
Like something that's probably they're gonna go away, I bet, after the 4th.
Okay. It was like a deal. It was like it had something to do with Ultimate Portion Fix, and it was like
it was just for coaches, and only until March 3rd.
I'm logging in. I'll look before I work out.
I gotta eat before I work out, so. Thank you.
Thank you for the spoon.
I think she might have hopped off already, but it says coaches that purchase any challenge pack between February 1st and March the 3rd can take advantage of the special offer price for Ultimate Portion Fix at $79. So it's an add-on. If you were to get like a 3-day refresh challenge pack or something, you could add Portion Fix for Oh, there you are. You could add Portion Fix for $79. So I don't think it's like standalone $79.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm just hiding myself so that y'all don't have to sit here and watch me eat. So I'm still here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Morgan, are you there? I'm done. Bye.
Okay, bye. Y'all have a good Saturday.
You too. I'm going to a mom prom tonight.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna take pictures. That's why I got my nails done. We gotta dress all up and stuff.
Oh, girl, that sounds fun.
Yeah. I don't
can't-
know. I keep saying it's not my thing, but I think it might be fun.
You're gonna have a blast.
So I'll make sure I'm gonna take lots of pictures so y'all see it.
I will look at your pictures.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, Krista.
Cool.
Thank you.
You hear me, baby?
What?
I got headphones.
Bye, Adam.
Oh, I think Eli might have pink eye.
Oh no.
Well, it's like, I can't tell. Like, his eyes, like, last night he kept, like, playing with it. Well, he fell asleep at 4:30. He fell asleep literally on the way home from daycare, which legit never happens. His ears were bright red. His cheeks were bright red. And I'm like, oh, something's up. And he came in on the couch and he slept till 6:30. He had 102 fever and then went to bed at, like, 8:30. And then he woke up and I could tell he was like he woke up right after our call. And so I went up there and I could tell he was like rubbing at his eye. And I'm like, buddy, what's wrong? He goes, I got a little bit of glue on it. And I was like, oh, I know. So it's not bright red, but it is glass and it looks a little bit more like closed. So my kids seem to get pink eye a lot. So I have drops upstairs. So I think I'm just going to start him on drops anyways.
Well, if you have drops, it'll probably clear up in like a couple days.
I know. So we were supposed to, our daycare, we don't have daycare from like this coming Wednesday until the following Friday. She's going to Germany to visit her daughter who's studying abroad. And so we have a babysitter coming to our house, which he knows her, but he doesn't like changes like that. So I was going to have her meet us like at the Children's Museum today just to like play and like hang out. But now I'm like, oh, should he go? But he's actually fine. Like he's in the bathroom shaving right now. So I'm like, but
So cute. Well, I hope he feels better.
yeah. Do you guys have fun plans for the day?
You know, I think the rest of the month is like boom, 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 boom on the weekends. And we've kind of been busy. So I think we might like do nothing today.
That sounds so fun. That sounds great.
Yeah. I loved the internet chat. I mean,
Energize chat.
Energize.
We'll have to get feedback because we can always move it to a nighttime too. We can get feedback from the ladies and.
Well, I just feel like it's different. It's like what you said at the beginning. It like after I finished the call, I was like,
yeah,
positive and like,
yeah,
good.
It like sets a good tone for the day.
Yeah.
So
And it, you know, like I said, something that they can look forward to that we're not doing anywhere else.
Right. You know, I think sometimes like the nighttime calls can be sometimes easier for people, but I think regardless, it's not gonna work for everybody, but we can get feedback and maybe we can get the ladies to post some, if they have positive feedback, they can post it in the group too. So then others might want to jump on.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Emma's awake now, so I'm going to go start that day.
All right. Well, y'all have a good Saturday.
Thanks. You too. See ya.